Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to make this Sushi Roll Pom-Pom Bookmark. I think this is a pretty cute craft, and you can choose to make it a bookmark, but if you want to turn it into an ornament or just have a fun pom-pom for your locker, it's easy to make it whatever you'd like. This video links to the craft kits that are available at the library starting October 1st. I'll go through what's in these kits, but if you weren't able to get one, you can still do this craft if you're able to gather up the materials on your own. So, here's what you'll find in each kit. First, a template that looks kind of like a C, 2 pieces of cardboard, a shorter piece of black yarn with a large paper clip attached, 2 long pieces of black yarn, 2 long pieces of white yarn, 2 pieces of pink yarn, 2 pieces of orange yarn, and 2 pieces of green yarn. In addition to this, you'll need some sharp scissors. The first thing you need to do is to cut out the C template. Then you'll trace that shape onto the 2 pieces of cardboard and cut out the cardboard. So you'll have 2 C's that look like this. When you stack them on top of each other, they should match up with the openings. Now we'll get started with the yarn. First, we'll use one of the orange pieces of yarn. This will be the carrot in your sushi. We'll start it about here. Wrap it around once and have the yarn cross over so that it keeps the yarn in place. Then we'll continue wrapping it around the cardboard, keeping the string nice and close. You'll want this chunk to be around 5 yarn widths. When you get to the end of the yarn, you'll tuck the end underneath another string to hold it in place. Now we'll grab one of the pink pieces of yarn. This will be your fish. We'll start the pink yarn right up next to the orange piece. Again, we'll want to cross over at the start to keep the yarn in place. Then we'll wrap the yarn around until it's about the same width as the orange piece, so about the width of 5 yarns. Then we're going to double up on the pink. So we'll keep wrapping and go back towards the orange section. This will make the pink yarn thicker than the orange. Again, once you reach the end of the yarn, tuck the end piece underneath one of the strings. Next is the green piece, your avocado or cucumber. The green yarn will go over top of the orange piece. So start it near the end of the orange section and start wrapping it around towards the pink. You'll want to try and cover up as much of the orange as possible. Make sure to check the back side as well. Then tuck in your end piece. Now we'll use our white yarn to add our rice. So we'll start the white piece a little ways over from the green. Remember to cross over the yarn at the beginning to have it stay in place. We'll wrap the white yarn around the cardboard, and when we get to the green yarn, we'll keep going over top. Try your best to cover up as much of the green and pink yarn as you can. On the other side, we'll continue wrapping for a few rounds, and then we'll go back to the beginning. So the white yarn should have 2 layers, doing your best to cover up the colors underneath. It will look like you have a little pillow in the middle. Once you're done, tuck in the end. Finally, we'll use our black yarn for the seaweed wrap. Again, we'll start a little ways over from the white, and then we'll just start wrapping. We'll be doing another double layer for the black yarn, so we'll go over top of the white yarn to the end, trying our best to cover up as much of the white as possible. Remember to check the back as well to make sure you're covering up all of the white. You'll want to watch the tail end of your yarn to make sure you have enough to make it back to the beginning. Once you tuck in the end piece, you can go back and spread out some of the yarn to cover up the white that you might have missed. Okay, so we're halfway done. Now we're going to flip over our cardboard and do it all over again on the other side. So again, we'll start with the orange yarn and wrap it around the cardboard to a width of at least 5 yarns. Then we'll add the pink yarn, again doubling up so that it's as wide as the orange section, but twice as thick. Next will be the green yarn on top of the orange section. Again, trying to cover up as much of the orange as possible. Now the white yarn, starting a little ways over from the green and going over top the other yarns. Remember to check your back side to make sure you're covering all of the green and pink yarn. Then the final piece of black yarn. You'll want to start it next to or as close as possible to the other black section. Then we're wrapping all that yarn over the white again and doubling back. Okay, now for the fun part. We've got all the yarn on there, and we're going to take our scissors and go between the two cardboard pieces to cut the yarn. It may be difficult to cut through the thicker sections, but just keep going until you've cut through it all. Then you're going to take that last piece of black yarn with the paper clip on it and put it around the yarn between the two pieces of cardboard. You're going to tie a knot on one side, nice and tight. Then bring the yarn back around to the other side and tie it off again. I like to do 3 knots just in case. Then you can remove the cardboard and you have your pom-pom. It's really big and fluffy at this point, so you'll want to start to cut it down and make it look how you want. Here's another one I made before, so you'll just snip away at the yarn until you're happy with the pom-pom. I ended up making this one a little smaller than my first one, and you can see how much yarn I cut off. So make sure you're over a garbage or somewhere where you can keep the yarn from going all over your house. And there you have it, a sushi roll pom-pom. And for the bookmark, you just take the paper clip and clip it onto the top of the page in the book. I hope you enjoyed this craft, and we'll see you next time.